Welcome to today's seminar on how to rank on page one in under 30 seconds. As I said, my name is Greg Jameson, and this is going to be a really fun webinar. So for those of you who have joined us today, welcome. I'm really excited that you're here to show you exactly how it is that I do this. Now, you know, when I came up with this concept of being able to do this, my wife actually asked me, what if you can't do this? You're saying you're going to do this live in front of a bunch of people. What if it doesn't work? And my answer was, well, I guess I'm going to be publicly humiliated. The reality is that I honestly don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off. I'm going to try to rank a video in less than 30 seconds, which is a pretty audacious task here. And when I started advertising this webinar, Facebook actually pulled my ad down saying that I couldn't do it, that I was violating their advertising policies. And that the reason is that ads cannot contain exaggerated claim, tips, or tricks. They don't think I can do this. Now, the reality is that, like I said, I may not be able to do this. This is going to be really fun, and I strongly encourage you to stick around till the very end of the webinar to see if I pull this off, because either way, you're going to win. You're either going to get a good laugh at me, or you're going to find out some information here that is going to change your online business in a way that you never thought was possible before. So let me start by introducing myself and why it is that you should listen to me. My name, like I said, is Greg Jameson, and I have been doing computer software and internet-related things pretty much my entire life. I've been doing internet applications since the beginning of the internet. If anyone's on here who has known me or followed me for a while, you can see some of the things on the screen here that were kind of me in an earlier life. And I'm not going to go into depth about those, but some of the things I've accomplished is I've been named International Developer of the Year for some of my software, been named Colorado Small Business of the Year. I've been listed on the Inc. 500 of America's fastest growing private companies. I've created a service called Web Stores University, where I have a number of online courses that you can enroll in. And I am an international public speaker. I've spoken around the world to audiences anywhere from the size of a few people up to hundreds of people. During all this time, I have built literally hundreds and hundreds of websites. Many of these are small websites, mom and pop type organizations, just a handful of employees. But some of them have actually been household names that you might recognize, like Chase Payment Tech or Los Alamos National Laboratory. I'm also the author of multiple best-selling books. The first book that went to #1 on Amazon was actually called Amazon's Dirty Little Secrets. It remained on the bestseller list for over 3 years. My most recent book that went to #1 was called The Influencer Effect, and I actually collaborated with a number of industry experts on this. You can see their pictures up above here. James Malinchak, Armin Morin, Andrea Vahl, Steve Olsher, Joel Comm, Judith Briles, and Ken MacArthur. They're all friends of mine, all industry experts, and they all helped push this book to be a #1 bestseller. But the real way that it became a #1 bestseller is I actually had over 1 million shares on social media with my friends out there pushing the book to their followers. But perhaps the thing that I'm really the most proud of at the moment is what I'm going to explain to you here, and that is that there are 1.94 billion websites on the internet today. That's a lot of websites that you have to compete with. And there is a site out there called Alexa. You just go to alexa.com, and it ranks the top 1% of those almost 2 billion websites. So about 20 million websites are ranked. And you can see here that Google, of course, is ranked #1. They get more visitors to Google than any other website on the planet. #2 is YouTube, #3 is Facebook, and so forth. You can see Amazon is down here at #7, and you can keep kind of going through the list. Now, obviously, I haven't put them all on here, but you can see here that as you go down through the list, my website, webstoreslimited.com, is currently sitting at 115,697. That is way up in the top 1% of all websites. And more significant than that, the amount of time that people are spending on my website is well over 25 minutes a day on average. So I have learned how to basically get your website into the top 1% of all websites. You can see that my website here, gregjameson.com, is also fairly far up there. But I like to joke to people that my website and me are more popular than the Cincinnati Bengals or Coors Beer. And the reality is that while I don't claim to be more popular than someone like Joel Osteen, my website, in fact, is more popular than his. So the reason why this is so significant is that less than 25% of all websites will ever be visited by anyone. Obviously, we want to overcome that. We want to get our website up there where it is visible by people. And I had a friend once who actually didn't understand the whole concept of private browsing and how it clears out your cache and your cookies so that you see things as other people do. And he thought that he was actually doing okay in the search engines until he learned about private browsing, where you are seeing a website in a fresh browser for the first time, just as if somebody else was searching for you. And if you can't be seen when you do a private window, then you are not being seen by your potential customers. If you're using Firefox, you can get a new private window by doing a Shift-Control-P. If you are utilizing Chrome, you can do it by clicking on the 3 dots up in the upper right, and there's a choice there for a new incognito tab, which basically is a private window. Each browser has a different way of doing this, but that's something that you want to do to make sure that you are not being invisible to your online customers. Well, as I've gone through this over the years here with all of the credentials that I showed you and created all these different websites, the #1 question that I have been asked by website owners, and it turns out the #1 question that all of my website development colleagues get asked all the time is, how do I get on the first page of Google? Well, we're going to show you exactly how to do that today. But it's interesting when you look at the answers that people give. This is an actual email that I got from an SEO company just recently. And this is what the email said, that they were going to do all of these monthly tasks and responsibilities and on-page work activities, doing all these different things here. Now, when you look at all of those things that they're going to do, one of the things that Google actually does is they've got over 200 variables that they use to calculate who's going to show up on page 1. PageRank is just one of those 200 variables, and this is the algorithm for PageRank. I don't know about you, but I personally have a hard time understanding that. So these SEO companies out there, in order to get you up on page one, are charging you anywhere from $2,500 to $10,000 or more every single month just to get your website listed on page one. I figured, you know what, there has to be an easier way. And it turns out there is. And the way that you do this is you rank videos on YouTube, which pushes up your rankings on Google. Now, the reason why this is so important is that YouTube is actually the world's second largest search engine. It's bigger than Bing, Yahoo, and Ask combined, and it processes more than 3 billion searches every single month. Equally as important is that YouTube is owned by Google. So when we're talking here about ranking videos, we're not talking about putting them up on some of these other third-party video sites like a Vimeo or whatever, but instead putting them up and getting them ranked on YouTube. It's incredibly important that we do this. And one of the really interesting stats is that only 9% of all businesses are actually using YouTube. You can read some of the rest of the slides, bullet points on this slide here. But the fact is that video is incredibly important to your business because not only of where it's going to help with search rankings, but because of the fact that people are consuming video more and more every single day. In fact, you can see here it says that 80% of all internet content consumed today is video. Now, these are some real examples of ones that I have done here in the past. The first one here is for the search term Pakistan baskets. And if you go to Google and you type in Pakistan baskets, you'll notice that there is a video here that says Pakistan baskets. You may not be able to read this too well on your screen, but I actually uploaded this in October of 2010, 9 years ago, and today, Pakistan baskets, that video still ranks on page one. Here's another one for a client in the Denver area that recently asked me for getting her site ranked for discount coupons. Now, the truth is that discount coupons is a really broad term. And I told her that that's probably not going to happen. Groupon kind of owns that term, and you would have to be competing with Groupon. But you're only serving the local area. You should be concentrating on discount coupons in Highlands Ranch. That's the area that you are targeting. So we created a video called Discount Coupons in Highlands Ranch. And you'll notice that not only is her video ranking on page one for that longer tail keyword, but her website also now comes up on page one of Google for that search term. This long tail keyword that I mentioned is really, really critical to understanding how it is that you want people to search for you and for how you can get ranked. And the reason is that 70% of all searches are actually long tail keywords. You might be going, what the heck's a long tail keyword? Well, basically, a long tail keyword is better than your generic short tail keywords because they are hardly targeted for what customers are looking to buy. And as a result of that, they're always going to outperform generic keywords. So for example, you can see in this graph here, a short tail keyword might be something like bicycle, whereas the long tail keyword down here is a black 10-speed beach cruiser. Now, if somebody's typing in bicycle, they might be typing in that term for any number of reasons, including how to ride a bike, how to fix a bike, just doing some research for a term paper, whatever. But if someone's typing in a very specific set of long tail keywords like a black 10-speed beach cruiser, that means that they know what it is that they're looking for. And as a result, they're more likely to take action when they find you. So we want to concentrate on a long tail keyword because, quite simply, it's better for conversions than a generic keyword. Now, in order to find out what these long tail keywords are, you need to use some kind of a tool typically to do some keyword research. Google actually has a tool called Keyword Planner. It is free, but it has some issues. One is that you have to have an AdWords account in order to use it because, quite honestly, they're trying to sell you ads. And because they're trying to sell you ads, they may actually hide data to target certain keywords in order to drive up their advertising prices. There are some alternatives to the Google Keyword Planner, but they tend to cost about $250 a month. They have good data, but that's kind of a steep price tag if you are not an advertising agency and aren't doing research on keywords multiple times every day for hundreds of clients. So how do you get around this? How do you find a keyword planning tool that is something that you can just utilize in your business to see if the keywords that you're going after make sense? Well, it turns out that there is a tool out there that is free. It's called Ubersuggest, and you can just go to ubersuggest.com and utilize it to find out information about your keywords, including how many people are actually searching for that keyword and what the competition for that keyword is going to be. Now, when you actually get your video ready and you're ready to upload it to YouTube, how are we going to get it on the first page? Well, there are three kind of key areas that we need to fill out information for. It's the title, the description, and the tags. And this whole keyword research that we were just doing is incredibly important to this whole process here. So let's start by taking a look at the title. Like I said, you want to spend some time doing some keyword research, and you want to make sure that your keyword phrase is in the title. That's really, really important that whatever that keyword phrase is actually part of your title. In the description, I've kind of listed out here some best practices, and feel free to take a screenshot of this if you want to, but you can see here what I'm suggesting is that you start out with a snippet, the first 2 lines or so, and just like a press release, you want to make it short and make sure that your keyword is included in that snippet. Then you'll have a longer description. That's the full explanation. And the reason why you want to have a nice long description is, quite honestly, Google likes long descriptions. They want to know exactly what your video is about. I'm going to jump down here to resources. You want to make sure that you insert a URL link, at least one, in your description. And that URL link, it's important that it points back to your website. This is really key in making this whole process work of getting ranked here. And you can't just put in www.mywebsite.com. It has to be the fully qualified URL starting out with https://mywebsite.com. You can see some other things in here. You want to have basically some calls to action in there. If it's a local video, link to the Google map. And the last thing here is to put in some hashtags. These are similar to meta tags, and a lot of people ignore these, and they actually are important, not just on other social networks like Instagram, but they are actually important on YouTube as well. Then the third part is the tags, and this is basically where you want to put in a whole string of keywords that are comma separated values. Again, the keywords need to be related to your title. And one little tip here is to include a consistent, unique meta tag on all your videos so that YouTube sees them as related. And the reason is that at the end of every video, YouTube always says, here's some other videos related to this one. Well, if you put in a unique tag that no one else would ever use for any reason, but you put it in on all your videos, then it's your videos that YouTube is going to suggest that somebody watches next. You can see in the example here as I just put up the name of my business followed by my phone number. So you put in web stores 877-924-1414 as one of your keyword tags, and then YouTube is going to more likely suggest one of your videos at the end that somebody else watches. Okay, so we talked about these 3 places where you should be putting in your keywords, the title, the description, and tags. Can anyone else think of a place where the keyword should appear? Now, when I've asked this question in front of a live seminar to people, they sometimes kind of struggle, but the answer here is that it needs to be in your script. And the reason is that YouTube utilizes voice to text recognition software. And as a result of that, you can see a transcript of your video when you're watching YouTube. And basically what we want to do is we want to make sure that our keywords are in the script so that YouTube recognizes, yep, this video is actually about that set of keywords that someone is telling us that it's about. Okay, once you've got all of this information plugged in about your video, then you're going to want to go over to YouTube Studio. We're going to change it from unlisted to public. Once we get our settings exactly the way we want them, we're going to create a custom thumbnail and upload that. If it's a local video, we're going to change the location of where this video was shot. And then we're going to grab the code that YouTube gives us and embed that video back onto the page that we're linking to. Okay, here's a recent result of when I did this presentation live in front of a group of people at a trade show. And the person that I chose that day for ranking on page 1 was this company called 123 Salsa Mix. And you can see here that they had a product called Jalapeno Mix. So we chose to try to rank this video, to create a video about their jalapeno mix. You want to actually go out there and create a video for every single one of your products or services, not just for the name of your company. So in this case here, you can see that they've got multiple ones here. We made a video about jalapeno mix. We did not make one about smoky dip mix or some of these other ones that I can't even read on here right now. Now, we went out and we did a search on Google for jalapeno salsa mix, and you can see that this is a pretty popular term. Almost 14 million results of people that are saying something about jalapeno salsa mix on their websites. I actually went out to YouTube and I looked, and the company had a couple of videos on YouTube already, but there were some issues with it. One, you can see here that in the description here, they just said 123salsa.com without the http:// in there. This was not a link. They mentioned their site, but it wasn't a link, so it wasn't doing them any good. And we found this other one here as well. And so I took these and I put them into a piece of software that I've got that actually helps me to determine how these videos are performing on YouTube. one of the things that happens with this is that all those tags that you put in, they are hidden from a visitor to YouTube. You can't see what those tags are, but this software uncovers them. So I looked at those two videos here, and you can see that they had no tags, no hashtags. Basically, those videos were not performing for them at all. So I then went in and I did a search on jalapeno salsa mix, and specifically I decided that I was going to look to try to narrow that down more and say Texas jalapeno salsa mix. And you can see here that the competing videos out there, when I looked at the keywords that they had in their tags, I could see exactly what tags the competing videos had. That is great information to use when I want to rank higher than those videos. And then I looked at Texas jalapeno salsa mix over here, and you can see that it says that the ranking difficulty for this is, it's hard. This is a hot topic. Well, we already knew that. We saw the 14 million results in Google, and we know that it's going to be hard to get on #1. But here's the thing that's interesting. To get in the 5th ranking spot, that's only a difficulty of 4%. I could probably rank a video for this on YouTube on the first page. Now, this software actually allows me to come in here and put in the information that I'm going to put in, the title, the description, and the tags, have some other checklists here as well, and analyze it. And with the information that I came up with here, it said that this video was fully optimized, 100%. So I uploaded that video. Here's the title that I used, Best Texas Jalapeno Salsa Mix, the description that I used, and the tags. Let's actually go and check to see what that result is on Google. Now I need to pause my share there for just a moment in order to do this, and then reshare a different screen. So we will share my screen for, if I can get to the right screen here, and we'll go over to Google, and I'm going to type in Best Jalapeno Salsa Mix. Here is the results of this. There's still over 2 million results for that. As I come down here, notice that that video that I created here, in this case last month, is still on page 1. It's the very first video that shows up there. The really cool thing about this is I put in those links, and you can see right up here at the top, it goes to their page that specifically sells that jalapeno salsa mix. So we did it once. Now the question is, are we going to be able to do this again? Well, that's what we're here for today, right? So we're actually going to try this right now, live. We're going to go, and let's jump back here. And we're going to try it. Today's lucky participant is Mitch Creighton from Creighton Travel. We are going to try to rank a video for Creighton Travel right now, live, as we're going here. So congratulations to Mitch. Let's see if this actually works for him. All right. So Mitch is a Colorado-based travel agent, and that is what we are going to try to rank him for, is a Colorado travel agent. Now, when I go in here and I looked for other videos in my software about Colorado travel agent, you can see here that we can see what the various tags are that other people were using. So that gives us some information here on what we need to put in our tags. We also can see here that for Colorado Travel Agent, that the first degree ranking difficulty, just like with that salsa, it's going to be hard. Basically 100%. It's telling me I'm not going to be able to rank for the term Colorado Travel Agent. But the 5th degree ranking difficulty, I can probably get this on the first page of YouTube. Since YouTube is the 2nd largest search engine, that would be a big plus for Creighton Travel if we can do that. I then went in and I put together the information that I'm going to use here for Creighton Travel. I put in my main keywords, the title, description, tags, and I analyze it, and I can get up to about a 96% optimization score. Pretty good. I can probably get on the first page of YouTube with that. So let's actually go and upload it. I'm going to go back and share my browser screen here again. I'm on YouTube. This is my YouTube channel. I'm going to upload that video. And I'm going to start out by making it unlisted. I'm going to find that video on my computer, which I know where I put it. And Creighton Travel .mp4 is right there. And then here is the title, description, and tags. I have actually saved those out into a document, and I'm just going to come in here and paste in exactly what I put into that software that I was just showing you here. So put in our long description here, and you can see here that I've got the full description in here that I had just put in. I'm going to enter in my tags. And if I want to, I can kind of format this a little bit better here. And all that looks pretty good. Now, while it's uploading, I'm going to actually jump back over to the presentation and show you what that video looks like here. So here's that video.
When you live in Colorado, you want to do business with a Colorado travel agent.
Notice the keywords are in the narrative.
Business with someone you can meet in person and plan a vacation that you will remember for a lifetime. As a Colorado-based travel agent, that is what we are known for at Creighton Travel, making memories, not regrets. We believe that entrepreneurs should take vacations away from their businesses in order to improve their chances for success. You should take 2 weeks or more every year and leave the country. You should go where no one understands what you are doing or why. Learn how other cultures can do well with less and what life's priorities really are. You will appreciate what you have even more and become revitalized to your dream. Creighton Travel specializes in river cruises, and we practice what we preach. We travel extensively ourselves and passed our vast experience on to you. For many travelers, a journey along the river is just the right pace for getting the lay of the land. A river cruise offers the convenience and luxury of an ocean cruise combined with the in-depth experience of a land tour, plus the personal freedom of a river cruise. When you're on the river, you'll travel to the very heart of a region. You'll see cityscapes and countrysides that will take your breath away. You'll experience new places, fascinating history, and local traditions. You'll indulge in gourmet meals and luxurious accommodations. Get ready for the vacation of a lifetime. Start by finding a travel advisor that you can trust, one who will help you set aside the time and money to make that possible. A great travel advisor, like a great financial advisor or estate planner, will help you work to live instead of living to work. If you are in Colorado, call Creighton Travel at 303-365-0051. Make memories, not regrets.
Okay, fairly simple video.
When you live in
Notice that it was about 2 minutes long. We really recommend that for these kind of videos that they be somewhere between 30 seconds and 2.5 minutes long, typically somewhere right between that 1 to 2 minute range. And the reason is that, one, this is a ranking video. You are not necessarily going to expect someone to watch the entire thing. It's not a training video. It's not a detailed explanation about your entire business. The purpose of this is to get a video to rank on page 1 of YouTube so that it has that link that then points back to your website. And if you're lucky, then you're not only going to rank it on YouTube, it may very well rank on Google as well. Now, we don't have total control over Google, but they don't always show videos on their homepage of their search results. But in some cases, maybe even better than 25% of the cases, as video has become more popular, then we are going to get lucky enough that it shows up on Google as well as on YouTube. So let's actually take a look here and see how we are doing with the upload here. And it is about 95% done here. We've already got all of this stuff done in here. So I'm going to go ahead and press done here, and we're just going to wait for it to finish uploading. Uploading a video to YouTube that is longer than 2 minutes is obviously going to take even longer to upload that video and to process it. So we now, it says that it is done here. It's generating a thumbnail. And there we have the video. This is the link to the video. And if we come over here and click on the embed code, we can grab that and paste it into a website. Let's jump over here to YouTube Studio. It actually says it's YouTube Studio Beta. And we are going to go to videos. And we're going to click on this one here that we just uploaded. And you can see that we currently have this set as unlisted. And we can change some other things out here. Now, if this is specifically a local video, then once we set it to public here, we can put it in a playlist, and I'm just going to put this under here as a client video. And I am going to change out the thumbnail. And to get a thumbnail here, I'm simply going to upload a graphic that I previously created. And we'll use our custom thumbnail here. So we've now got the custom thumbnail. We've got it in the playlist. We've set the visibility to public. And we are good to go. So we will hit save. once it's saved, we've now got 30 seconds, right? And you want to set their clock and see if this is going to work. You'll notice that there's also some other stuff over here under advanced, and there's some things that you can do to change things out here in terms of categories and if you're going to allow people to embed this and so forth. We're not going to worry about that. What we're going to do is we are going to come back here to YouTube. We could do the search right there, but we'll just come back to the home page of YouTube, and we are going to type in Colorado Travel Agent. As of right now, it is not showing up. And it may be that we actually have to specify, Colorado Travel Agent specializing in river cruises. It may be that that's what we would actually have to look for. Okay, there's our video. It is showing up almost immediately here in YouTube when we say Colorado Travel Agent specializing in river cruises. Let's actually jump over to Google and let's search for Colorado Travel Agent specializing in river cruises. We are not seeing a video on the first page, but if we come over here to the videos, then you'll notice that that video that we just uploaded is showing up on the first page of Google Videos. And again, the reason why that's so important, even if somebody doesn't jump over to that video tab, is because of the fact that we have that link right here in the description that goes directly out to his website. So let's go back real quick here and let's see if by chance we have managed to get in there just for Colorado Travel Agent, or if we have to say river cruises. And sure enough, Colorado Travel Agent, he's showing up on the first page of YouTube for that term. With YouTube being the second largest search engine out there, that is absolutely huge that he's able to do that. If we go back to Google and search just for Colorado Travel Agent, we have not been able to pull that off inside of Google, but we were able to pull it off inside of YouTube. And again, because of the fact that it's got that link in there, that is huge in terms of bringing in more traffic to his website. So I'm going to do a quick share back here to my PowerPoint presentation and ask you a question. What do you think this is worth to actually be able to do that, to get your video on the first page of YouTube? Given what you know about how much it costs to exhibit at trade shows, the time involved to do keyword research, to actually make this kind of a video, the monthly cost of SEO services being, $2,500, $10,000 and more a month, how much it costs to advertise with pay-per-click advertising, and my 20 plus years of experience in this business, what do you think it would be worth to create a video like this and get you on the first page of YouTube? Well, when I've asked that question in front of live audiences, people are all over the board on it, saying, it's basically priceless. But here's the special for today's webinar. I'm going to do this for you, not for the normal price of $800, but for just $400. This will give you one video for a single targeted key phrase, and it will get you on the first page of YouTube. But wait, there's more. If you choose the package option, where we do one video every month for the next year, basically trying to get one for each product that you might be selling, each service that you might be selling on your website, get 12 videos out there, then we're actually going to give you a 13th video for free. So the way that you can take advantage of this is you simply go to webstoreslimited.com/rankmyvideo, all one word. So just webstoresltd.com/rankmyvideo. That will take you to the page where you can select to get a video ranked, and the cost is going to say that it's $800. As I just told you, it's not going to be $800. If you enter in the coupon code DBJ19, stands for Denver Business Journal 2019, because of the special that we were running here with the Denver Business Journal. So just put in the coupon code of DBJ19 and you're going to get a 50% discount. But you have to do that this week because that code is only good for this webinar and it only lasts for this week. So let me jump over here and Anne, looks like you had a question. If you go over to the chat box, you can enter in your question and I will try to get those answered for you here. And kind of with that, I'm going to open it up to questions here. If anyone in the audience has a question, feel free to enter it into the chat and I will try to address those. Now, while people are figuring out where that chat box is, and here was Anne's question, where can you get videos done? You'll notice that the video that I made there for Crate and Travel actually had some videos in there of some river cruise ships going up and down the river, and there was a bunch of pictures in there and stuff. I can assure you that from the time that I put this presentation together that I did not go out there on a bunch of different river cruises and take that video. That is what's called stock video that I use to do that. There are several places where you can get stock videos and stock images in order to create your own video like what I just did there. A paid site that has a lot of that stock footage is called Shutterstock.com. That can get kind of expensive, especially for videos. The images are not too bad, but videos can get pricey. There is a free site out there called Pixabay, Pixabay.com, and you can download both images and stock footage from there. Of course, taking your own video is clearly the best option. If you have products and you are trying to really show off a product, take your own pictures, take your own video clips, and then you're going to need to have some kind of video editing software to pull that whole thing together into a cohesive video like what you saw that I just demonstrated there. And that's obviously one of the reasons why the deal that I'm offering you here today for $400 is such a phenomenal deal, because by the time you buy video editing software and learn how to use it, learn how to actually go out there and check your keywords, compare existing videos out there, see what their tags are, get the software that allows you to do that, you're going to spend a lot more time and money doing that. But the best thing to do, even if you want to take advantage of that, is take pictures and videos yourself and then send them to someone who can edit that video out for you, whether it be me or someone else. All right, guess we're going to do one final thing here, and I am going to basically show you the final screen here with my phone number on it. People sometimes ask, can I get this for free? And the answer is maybe. I've got to, if anyone is stuck around here clear till the end of this presentation, give me a call and we'll talk about ways that you might be able to get this done for free for your business. So our number there is toll free, 877-924-1414. Give me a shout and we'll talk about it. Again, thanks for everyone being here today. Really appreciate your time. And let's see if we can get you on page 1 of YouTube and maybe even on page 1 of Google.